I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. So, I just want to bring to your attention there is three public health issues that needs to be addressed. And if you're able to, I want you to do something. Prayers are nice, prayers are great, they're awesome, but something active, and prayer is active, right? I want you to write, I want you to call, I want you to talk about it, engage, and just find solutions to these three public health issues. Missing children, number one. Every other day on my feed, I get some announcement for about a missing child. And more often than not, it's a melanated individual. It hit close to home because it was an acquaintance I knew that said her daughter was missing. And last month it was a sorority sister. Her son was missing. And there's just a lot of missing children, a lot of missing children going on. And we still need to address the unaccompanied children, migrants who were taken, separated from their parents a few years ago under the Trump administration, and even missing children under Biden administration. All right, where are those children? Some were given to sponsors who were supposedly vetted. Another issue is domestic violence. That's a huge thing, huge thing. And one more thing that needs to be addressed is maternal health, Black maternal health. I'm not sure if you guys saw the video about the lady who happened to be melanated, who went to a hospital in Texas in active labor, and the nurse ignored her cries. And no one else came to her help. That's disgusting. That is healthcare for maternal. So I guess I should take my comment back. That is healthcare, because that's not all of healthcare. But when it pertains to Black maternal health, that is healthcare. That is healthcare. The statistics speak for itself. I did a video about Black maternal health. I've witnessed it firsthand, the trauma of having a baby within the U.S. healthcare system. I've witnessed it with my sister. I've heard numerous stories. I've witnessed the disparities and the maltreatment in healthcare by certain individuals who pledge an oath to care. I've done videos on domestic health, on missing children, domestic violence, missing children, as well as maternal health. So you can go back and watch those videos. It's a sad state and a sad day to know that the most vulnerable individuals do not get the care and treatment that they deserve, do not get the protection, do not get the protection. And let's say the numbers are inaccurate. Let's say there's some error within the numbers, okay? Let's say some of the numbers are fudged. There shouldn't be thousands of children missing, okay? There shouldn't be women dying of preventable deaths. There shouldn't be a wide disparity of infant mortality. There's no perfect place, I understand that. No perfect world, no perfect system, I understand that. But we're falling short. We're falling short. So my back hurts today. So I'm going to show you what I do when my back hurts. So, as I stated, I talked about all these topics in prior videos. You can go back and watch it, or you could go look up the statistics yourself. I'm not going to get too in-depth with numbers today, data, but I want to tell you about two incidents I witnessed this week, a domestic situation, my neighbor basically is 23 years old, 9 months pregnant, and she's due any minute now. She is or was engaged to a 35-year-old gentleman, but they called off the engagement. Long story short, I heard them yelling, cursing, all this, and then above me, I just heard it thumps and screams, and then it was silence. And I was just very cautious. I was very concerned because I know there's prior history of incidents with them. And first I was hesitant. I was like, I don't want to call anybody. I don't want to get involved. But then I said, what would I want someone to do if that was me in that situation? What would I want someone to do if that was my sister? If I had a child, if I had a daughter, if I had a niece? Well, I do have nieces. What would I want someone to do? So I called the police. And I said, I just want there to be a safety check done on my neighbor. I heard them arguing, I heard some cursing, I heard some thumps and some screams, and then there's silence. If you can please check on her. So, long story short, a voice told me, go upstairs and check on her. And I was like, nah, I don't want to be seeing this. I went upstairs and there was 7 people, 5 officers and 2 paramedics up there with her. Males, all males. And I was just like thinking, why they couldn't bring a female? Like, my concern when people of non-melanated hue are involved, there's a lack of apathy. My concern is that when males are involved, there's even more a lack of compassion and concern, especially when it deals with women of color, melanated women, Black women. So I went up there and I was just like, hey, I'm sorry. I called the cops. Just want to make sure you're okay, you know. And she was holding her stomach. Remember, I told you she's 9 months pregnant. Oh, I'm showing you this ball. In prior videos, I told you this will help. This lacrosse ball will help. You could use it to place it on trigger points and it can relax the muscle. So I'm showing you what I'm doing at that point, at this point, to relax my gluteal muscles. So I asked her, do you want me to go with you to the hospital? They'll take you. The ambulance was there. They're going to take her. And she said, I don't have a phone. I would appreciate it. And I said, I'll just stay with you until a family member comes to be with you. Okay. So I did that. And it triggered some stuff in me, and I was angry. And I didn't even think about my safety or something's going to happen. He's going to come back and find me. I just wanted to make sure she was okay, that the baby was okay, a small feat. And I encourage you guys, I had a sermon I went to, and the pastor was like, never get involved in domestic situations, because they're going to turn on you. And I was astonished and even appalled to hear that, because that pastor had daughters. That pastor had a plethora of daughters. And I was just thinking, would he be saying that if that was his daughter? Would he be saying that if that was his niece? Would he be saying that? And I was just thinking, he's probably the problem. He's probably beat it. And maybe that was extreme, but I was just like, when you tune yourself off and say, mind your business, don't get involved. Think about someone saying about when it pertains to your child, when it pertains to you, when it pertains to your mother, your aunt, your nephew, your son, So I implore you guys to do what you can when you have the courage, when you have the strength, and when you have the power, and when you have the voice. Domestic violence is so prevalent that a city in Atlanta, Fulton County, stated it's an epidemic. Okay? Domestic Violence Month is recognized in October, but it's a full-blown war. Domestic violence, also known as intimate partner violence. Okay? Black Maternal Health Week is in April, but a month is not sufficient, yet alone even a week. A year, a lifetime. Okay? We need to acknowledge this genocide that's going on. Yeah, I said it. Genocide against melanated women. This is an all-out war. And it just happens that there was a camera rolling to witness what was going on with this lady. Can you imagine how many other incidents has happened and there's no cameras to show, to highlight the treatment that women are getting? So I did say a lot, and
I'm just irate, and I don't wish this on any one of you guys. But do your part, do what you can, read the statistics if you have to, speak up, write, whatever it is you can do. Because one day, I guarantee you, if it's not you, it'll be someone in your circle. And everyone knows someone who's going through any one of those incidents that I discussed. Remember your power.